Hey everyone, welcome to this video. Let's do some deep dive on being conscious of how we show up for women, okay? So if you're trying to get a woman, a really good woman, genuine, let's take a look about like how you show up and how can you be the best version of yourself to align with someone that you're looking for. And we're all looking, especially if you're on this video, you're resonating with me, we're all looking for, not necessarily looking, but we want to have a partner that we are in alignment with when we are at our highest version of ourselves, or when we're reaching and growing and evolving different levels. And sometimes we outgrow other people, and if you're here, you probably did, or you are, and you think bigger and you want something different and you want something, someone super genuine and more aligned with what you are looking for. But you have to make sure you are in alignment with that. You have to make sure you're walking the walk as well. So here's some guidance to help you so that we are spreading light out here. And there's a lot of people that, don't have this guidance, or some women may not be able to express their truth because they are afraid of hurting your feelings, or afraid of confrontation, or, just to tell you their honest opinion about, assisting, or maybe you refused and you weren't ready to grow yet. Just assisting you, trying to show up better, and maybe maybe that person didn't communicate it the best way that they can. But here's your opportunity to look at your past and look at what you have going on right now, because we always want to stay focused in the present moment. How can you show up the best way for yourself? And then it'll just be automatic for the other person, for the woman, okay? So when you show up, you want to be respectful for yourself. Do you respect yourself? If you want a really genuine woman who is respectful, who is on point, genuine and balanced, and, she's at her highest version of herself, you have to do that as well. So if she's respectful, are you respectful? Are you coming at her when you're in another relationship? Are you coming at her when you have security blankets on the side, need a bunch of attention, like 10 different women because you don't have the woman that you want? Go for the woman that you want, always, okay? And this can be for men or women if you like women, okay? And you're the masculine. So this is more for masculine energy, and I'll make another video for feminine energy, for females, for women. So what we want to do is take a look at how can we show up respectful, and how can we show up loyal to ourselves, because we all want a loyal person, but are you being loyal to yourself? So you can't hit on her if she's single and she's at the top of her game. If you're with someone else or you have security blankets, that's not being loyal to yourself, because you're scattering your energy and your focus, and you wouldn't show up loyal for her. So you're not going to become in alignment. So when you're, like say you're hitting on a woman that you really, really like, and you're not, and she feels like she rejects you, she's not rejecting you. It's just because you're out of alignment. Okay, or it's just not meant to be, and that's okay. Rejection, don't be scared of rejection. Break through those fears, because when you get rejected, or you could say a failure, just look at it as learning. You can't learn unless you fall down. You can't learn unless you fail, and you can't learn what you do and don't want unless you fail. And when someone closes the door on you, it's not rejection, it's not in alignment with you yet, so don't take it personal. So if she's your dream girl, or she's a type of person that you would love, that energy, adapt into that energy. It may not be her, but just adapt into that energy, and then you'll become in alignment with your actual true soulmate, okay, a genuine person. But we have to self-reflect and make sure that we're showing up in a genuine way. And I'm sharing this video because I think that a lot of men could use guidance out there instead of, everyone harping on you. We should show up and help guide and be honest and express that, about like respect and showing up respectful, because a lot of men, I don't know if they've lost respect or if there's just a few men that have respect, but a lot of, even with me, they come at me very disrespectful people in relationships, people that just show their body for no reason, and you know what I mean, just weird stuff. Or even people come at me and they're like way below my level, and I'm not better than them. It's just they're not even close to being on my level, and that's what I would be looking for as a woman that is, and I'm not perfect, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like that's balanced, intuitive, she's in her spiritual alignment, she's connected. Those women, they're not perfect, and they're not looking for a perfect person, but they are looking for someone who is accountable, respectful, and loyal to themselves. And they want someone in alignment and connected, on their own, because if they're not, you're going to be draining their energy. So people on that level, they're very conscious of, is that other person in alignment? Are they connected? Or what level are they on? Because they'll accidentally drain each other, or they'll drain the higher level. And it's not anything bad, because a higher level for, people on a lower level, because the higher level, they're triggering you too. So it doesn't feel good to be triggered, because you don't want to force yourself to grow. You want to grow and evolve naturally. You don't want to force relationships. You want to adapt and observe what type of energies you're wanting to manifest in your life and actually have a partner with, okay? So if we have some more insight on how to show up better, especially as a man, from a woman's point of view, it helps you guys think like, oh, okay, I should be respectful when I show up, and be kind. You don't have to, chase her and drain your energy doing it. Top level energy, they don't need attention. It's absolutely, it's actually really draining for them if it's like that, because it's just too much, or the other person might be insecure. So we kind of feel those lower levels, those feelings. We have compassion for you because we've already been on those levels. And I'm sending you a lot of light. Those levels and lessons, all lessons are hard. So there's no judgment here at all. We all have to go through these lessons for a reason, okay? And you have to go through them and actually do the hands-on, like hands-on work to actually grow and evolve, for it to actually, sink in and click, and for you to understand it and evolve as a soul. So ask yourself these questions. Are you showing up respectfully? Are you showing up loyal? Are you showing up confident? Are you standing tall? Put your shoulders back. Stand tall if you're a man. I don't care if you're short or tall. In general, like, stand tall. We can feel that energy. If you're slumping around, we know that you're insecure. So stand tall and make sure you're taking care of your body, self-care and self-love, because top level people are looking for that too. And if you don't want a top level person, that's fine. Just someone genuine and in alignment with you, that's fine in general. I'm just saying, when you're wanting something better, be that person too, okay? Show up in a better way. Because if you show up like your past, because you haven't healed and transformed, and you're not self-reflecting and doing your inner work, which is where you gain your inner strength, is facing yourself and trying to be better, they're going to feel that. So you want to make sure that you are doing that, because you don't want to take in your past in that new relationship and have those eyes. You want to already shift that perspective so that you're not looking at that person from your past, you're looking at it from your current and from your transformation state. And you're not needing that person, because those higher level people or the genuine pure people, they're already full of love. So they don't need you to need them, because you'll be draining their bucket and their source of love that's already natural for them. You got to fill your own bucket, because your source of love isn't from a woman. That's why you don't search on the outside for love. You always search on the inside for love. That's another thing that they're looking for. Okay? They can tell if you are connected to your own source of love. Do you know how to fill your own cup up? Because if you don't, they're going to be very conscious. It feels really heavy to be around someone that doesn't know how to fill their own cup up, to be connected to their own source of love. It feels extremely heavy and draining. I personally can't be around those people, and I have compassion. I used to, I had to learn all that too, but I don't want to go back to the lower levels, okay? So if we at higher levels go back down to lower levels, we have to go through those lessons again and those karmic cycles. And personally, I have done karmic cycles several times, and I learned how to jump out. I don't want to go back to my past. So when I leave my past, I leave my past behind. Leave your past behind. It didn't work out for a reason. Unless it's, like your true soulmate and you guys actually didn't finish your story or whatever. You never really had a relationship. You know what I mean? I'm talking about your relationships. Leave your relationships that you've already had in the past if they've already died out. Does that make sense? Because most of the time, those people are going to be stuck in those old timelines. When I look at my past, everybody, I don't even know if there's one person in my past, they're all stuck in an old timeline. And some of them are worse than when I left them. Like one of my exes, several of my exes, they're worse when I left them than when I even met them in the first place. So a lot of people are stuck in old timelines. You don't want to be stuck in old timelines either without being conscious of that. And if you are, you're still going to be I'll know if you're stuck in your timeline, because I will know if you're focused and upset about your past. Or I can tell if your past bothers you. Or I can tell if you're still wearing it and you haven't transmuted it because you don't understand why it happened. So those feelings are actually heavy, and people can feel those. So you want to make sure that you transmute your past. And that means being alone. Can you be alone? That's another thing. You want, someone genuine and pure. And if you do want someone top level, they are very good at being alone. They're so happy at being alone. Can you do that? Or do you need to be around them all the time? So you'll clash. And if you get with a top level and then you guys clash, you got to think about, why did you clash? What was the triggers? What do you need to heal and grow? There's no wrong or right. It's just growing and learning. Everything's a teacher. So we want to look at these things as teachers from now on, and not as punishment or failures or any of that. We just want to keep learning. So we want to learn how to transmute our past and show up now. So when you approach a genuine woman, you don't tell her, you're not approaching her physical wise. You're not approaching her, and showing her pictures of this, unless she asks. You're not just flicking out pictures and just going at her physical. It's going to turn her off. Okay, it's going to turn her off if she feels that you have security blankets or someone on the side, or a person, marriage, a relationship, girlfriend. I don't even care if it's a friends with benefits. That's gross. So most top level people, they only focus on one person, because we understand our focus is our power and we don't scatter it. Okay, you have to understand that too. Are you scattering your energy all the time? If you are, that's all right. Reel back and learn to be alone. We're alone for years and years at a time. And we might have here and there, hiccups with people, or, hang out with people, but we don't really have full-blown relationships until we're ready and transmuted. And that's how I am. I can't just go from relationship to relationship because it doesn't feel good. I have to actually get through the feelings and the emotions, because it doesn't feel good. showing up for someone else when I haven't transmuted my past. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I haven't done it before in my, early years, but that's things that I've learned and lessons. That's what we're all learning. That's why I'm sharing all this. So that's why there's no judgment. But just from a woman's point of view, a lot of guys out there are just going for, the physical. There's so much more to life than the physical. Go for the deep love. And if you're here, I know that's what you're going for. And maybe you haven't been in alignment with those people, but that's what you're looking for. That is awesome. Don't give up. Stay in your heart space. If you have, hiccups in your past and heartbreaks, that's okay. Keep your heart open. There's reasons I want you to reflect and see how you can show up better for yourself and choose better. Choose a better woman. There are women out there that are really, really great. I'm not saying there's a lot. It's rare, but there's a reason why it's rare. If everybody was like that, then it would be boring. And everybody would be doing it. You know what I mean? There's reasons why it's rare. It's because it makes it that much rewarding. If you can be patient and grow and transform and connect to your heart and let go of your past and really show up and believe and have faith that you can become in alignment with someone that's amazing, someone that's true love, because she already shows up in a true love form. She's already full. Who doesn't want to be around that? That's exciting. And for men, when I see a man already full and connected, confident in his power, who doesn't want to be around that? That's hot. Someone who's vulnerable and hot to me, attractive and sexy is not physical. It is their mindset. It's their energy. It's the way that they move. It's the way that they treat me and treat themselves. And they can treat me good, but treat themselves bad. And I can see that. Okay, so that's not good either. We, on higher levels, we're conscious of all that. And there's no judgment. It's just we don't want to go back down to those levels. That's why you want to always show up and transform. And when you are expressing yourself, express yourself. This is another important thing. Don't be scared of rejection. Break through fear and keep that heart open. If you are in love with someone, express yourself. If you don't want to be with someone, express yourself. But in balance and try to do it kind, okay? Take a step back if you're upset and try to do, your second response. Sometimes my first response isn't always the greatest. Go with your second when you've calmed down, okay? Or even if you have anxiety or nervous about telling the person that you love them. I've had people that have come up to me and expressed that they love me, and I know that it's not actual love, they just need me. So there's a difference. That's why you always want to be in the embodiment of love. So when you show up, you're already both in that embodiment of love and you can actually enjoy it. And there's that equal balance, if that makes any sense. So you don't want to show up in a needy way, in a desperate way. That's what you want to transform and transmute out of your system, okay? So I can see that in somebody. I can see the way that, if they are able to express themselves on a deep emotional level, if they see more to life than just the physical. If someone's sending me, all their money and their material stuff and what they have in their body, I honestly don't care. It's appalling, and I'm just like, I'm like a deep person. I can't have superficial conversations. So it's like, I don't even want to engage in that energy. I'm just kind of like, this is so boring and terrible because I'm already past that level. I'm not trying to judge. It just makes me feel so, I guess it does feel really heavy. Okay. And I'm just like light energy, playful, fun. When you're in a high vibration, that's what it feels like. You're just full of love, light, and energy, and you're playful and fun, and it's exciting and it's deep, and you guys are in touch with your emotions, and you aren't scared about your feelings. You can't want something real and then not want something to do with your feelings. You got to be able to express your feelings and love them. That's the whole exciting part about being down here in a body and doing this whole earth life thing, is that you get to enjoy those feelings of love with somebody. That's exciting. Don't close that off just because something else didn't work out. Open that heart up, express yourself. Even if you get a rejection, who cares? Move on. That makes you stronger. That's inner strength. That's sexy. When someone can love without fear, when someone can show up, especially as a man, as a masculine man, and they can be in touch with their feminine energy. They know how to balance and be in touch with their love, with their heart, and express that and not be scared to express it. Hey, I'm in love with you. Hey, I apologize. I really love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. I think we've grown apart. I just feel like, we need to go our separate ways. You got to have strength for that. It takes a lot of strength to walk away from somebody that doesn't serve you, that's not in alignment with you anymore, and you don't see if it's going anywhere. That takes a lot of strength. That's something higher level people are looking for. That's something a higher level woman like me, I'm looking for. Can you be alone? Did you walk away when you needed to? Are you still growing and evolving? Are you still leveling up? Because we're not perfect and we're constantly doing this every day. So can you keep, are you going to keep leveling up and growing and, just living a great life? Are you going to be in the current moment? Or are you going to be in the past? Okay. So that's things that we're looking for. Expression is so, so, so important. So if someone, when I'm looking at your body, as a healer, you guys, this is why I know all this stuff, okay? I had to learn this, but even dating, but I know this stuff as a healer too. So when I look at their body, if they have a double chin, I know that they absorb everything and they're not going to be able to express themselves. This doesn't necessarily mean with like younger people, but more like as they age, I can tell. But younger people, I can sometimes tell too. It just depends on their body. But people that do know how to express themselves, they usually have a very, very strong chin, and they have a pretty good balance of health with their weight. If they express themselves too much, they might be super, super skinny, and they just might have a super skinny neck. But most of the time, if their throat isn't on point, I can tell that they have an expression issue, or if they have any throat issues in general. And teeth issues. I have noticed some people have teeth issues and they might be really not honest people. Okay. So I know that whatever's coming out of your mouth, your energy, especially as you age, is really, really important. And some people don't know this. And you have to be careful what you speak. It's good. It's energy. So if they're really, really malicious, evil, liars, not good energy, they might have bad mouths. Okay. It's just something to be, conscious of. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. And I want to make sure you take care of your teeth and brush your teeth. Do you brush your teeth? Do you take care? Do you take care of your hygiene? Are you clean? And then we look at your clothes. There's nothing wrong with having whatever clothes. It's just your clothes and your attire tell me everything. It tells me how confident you are. It tells me your mindset. It tells me what type of timeline you're in. So if you wear clothes from high school and you're 30 years old, I know you're still stuck in a high school mindset. You haven't left. And I've definitely dated a person like that. Okay. So being older, you can you get all this wisdom from this experience, but some guys that are older than me, they're still coming at me very disrespectful, and they still haven't transformed and they still haven't grown. And some younger guys are more respectful than older guys. So, they might just be, maybe you're older and maybe you just haven't realized and conscious. You're like, oh my God, I haven't got rid of my past. I haven't got rid of the way that I talk to women, or you could have been abused and you just turned angry or resentful or bitter or whatever. You got to get rid of that, because we can feel all that. You're just as bad as your partner. Does that make sense? That's why you want to be very conscious of your karma, because whatever you say comes right back to you. Whatever you want is great, but show up and take action. Top level women don't want to be chased. We want you to just show up. We just want you to show up in your way, not perfect, just in your way. We don't need your money. We don't need a contract that says, hey, we need to be married to be happy. We don't need any of that. We just want to be free and enjoy love however long it lasts. It might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 years, it might be 5, 10, might be the rest of your life. It depends on what kind of contract, what kind of soul levels that you guys are on and stages and what you guys both want. It doesn't have to be permanent. You don't have to be scared, because there's a lot of beliefs in our society that if you get into a relationship, even with a higher level person, that has to be serious and it has to last forever. That stuff on earth doesn't last forever. People that are high level understand that. They're more in current moment. They're not predicting and trying to plan their future like that. You know what I mean? They might think about it like a little bit about kind of what they want, but they're not. Their focus isn't on that. Their focus is just enjoying the current moment and the love right between you guys right there and right now, whenever you guys meet up. Okay? They don't need a lot of attention. They don't need you to be there all the time. They don't need you to do everything for them. They got it by themselves. Just be there to support them. But you have to be supported by yourself. You have to know how to support yourself and show up for yourself before you can even, as a man, show up for someone else. Wear the pants. Wear the pants as the masculine energy. Take action, wear the pants, show up confident, show up in full love space. Always use discernment. Be funny. You don't have to be so serious. Lighten up. Keep it light. But you are beautiful, especially if you've made it to this point on this video. You're a beautiful person, gorgeous. You got to dive into that, okay? Yes, men have those qualities, and women love when you dive into that. Now, women, if you're looking for a woman, we do want you to be more masculine so women can wear the dress, so we can, enjoy our feminine energy. That's why I don't necessarily want to be with someone that's feminine. I'm either thinking you're a DL, you might be down low gay, or you might be gay in general if you're more feminine. That's what's going through my mind. So that's why I'm always looking at your actions. So always be honest with yourself. Whoever you want to be with is okay. Like if you want to be with a guy, that's all right. Don't go for women. And personally for me, I know specifically exactly what I want. There's no there's no in between. There's no, it depends on the energy. No, I know exactly what I want. So if you do, that's good, but just be honest with yourself. If you're bi, that's fine. If you like men, don't go for women, because that's terrible karma. Express your truth. Always be honest, okay? But if you are, wanting a woman, obviously you're probably here on this video, but you'd be surprised. Some people aren't honest with themselves. I have had several gay men, and I'm talking, they had to be I don't even think they were bi, hit on me, and they were very, very feminine. And it's hard for me to express as a healer. I want to be kind, but it's just like, I know that you're not being honest, you're gay. And then they'll argue with me about it, and I know that they're gay. And then eventually it comes out they're gay. Like my niece, she loves women. So I've known this ever since she was younger. And when she told me, when she told me she was gay, it was like when she was older, like 16, I think, high school, maybe freshman year. I was like, yeah, I already know. She's like, well, how'd you know? I'm like, because I can tell. I can read energy, okay? And you might be able to read energy too, for like women. If women are, if they're everywhere and you don't like that, don't choose that woman. There's women out there, but that are very specific on what they want. Okay, that's okay. But we're not judging anybody. We're not judging them for where they're at or where women are. We don't want to judge women anymore and judge men. We want to come together. We want to grow together. We want to understand each other better so we can have better relationships and spread more light between all of us. And if we're always complaining and putting out these videos that, are bringing each other down, we're not going to be lifting each other up. So that's why I wanted to make this video, is to help lift each other up. So hopefully for all of you men and women, if you're here for women, it has lifted you up and helped give you some insight and guidance on, hey, I'm at this level, that's all right. I want to go here, and this is the things that I need to work on. These are the things that I need to grow in. I need to show up and be more current I need to show up and be more confident. You know, my niece a couple years ago, when she looks at herself now, she's like, yeah, I definitely wasn't confident a couple years ago. And she's grown so much into her confidence. Women need confidence. That's what I was trying to explain to her. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, if you like women we don't need it, but that's what they need it. That's what you should show up as, okay? That's what women are looking for, is that masculine energy that's confident, because men should be confident. It's not a fake confidence, okay? So it's real confidence. It's not fake strength. You know, the people that go to the gym, guys, if you guys are gym guys and you go to the gym and you don't do the inner work, the inner work is the shift perspective, the way that you're showing up. You can't just go to the gym and be healthy. You got to shift your mindset and shift the way that you're showing up mentally, physically, energetically, and physically. You don't want to be showing women all this. I don't know why guys send pictures, like they'll just send it without even asking. We don't want to see this, okay? We don't want to see that. All right. I think my last thing I wanted to talk about is pride, okay? A lot of men at the end of their lives, they will die from pride because they won't express themselves. They won't show up. They, are scared of beliefs or the way that society was before, because it's weak to show feelings and to be vulnerable, and that's actually false. It's actually super attractive when you can drop your pride as a woman and show up in your most authentic way, because we know you're human, we know you're not perfect, and that's what we resonate with. Even top level people, we don't resonate with perfect, we resonate with just being human and being you, just being your light, your own self, the way that you are. So it's okay to take accountability and say, hey, I didn't show up right. I apologize. I respect men who are accountable and who take action and be like, man, can I just please do better? I didn't approach that situation, and here's why. There's no excuse, but here's why. Here's where it was at, and I'm ready to show up now. I'm ready to do better, but I'm actually going to do it. Don't say stuff that you're not going to do. Always make sure that whatever you say aligns with your actions. Okay, your words and your actions align. That goes back to the very beginning. We are looking for alignment. Are you in alignment with your higher self? So your human mode and your spirit, your higher self mode. Okay, are those in alignment, or are you more in your human mode? And it's okay. That's the more physical, and you're looking for attention, and it's the more heavy energy. You got to go through that to experience it, though. You got to know what it feels like to feel heavy and not what you want. That's why you had all those experiences to figure out what you don't want, and now you're figuring out what you do want. But you're figuring out, oh, I got to show up like this too. I got to be conscious. Okay, so we drop our pride, because men will literally get really, really sick and affect their whole health because they absorb everything and they don't release it properly, express and let out their accountability and just say, hey, I messed up. Hey, I probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up better now. Do you know how good that feels? If you don't start doing it, it feels so good to say, hey, I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to do this, so I'm going to show it better. That's self-reflection. That's evolving. That's growth. That's what we're looking for, not perfection. Does this make sense? Okay, this is wealth. Your mindset, your energy is wealth. We're not looking for money. So women that are looking for money and they need you, you be paying attention for that stuff too. Don't go for that energy. You will be tested as you level up and you grow. As you show up in your conscious, and every level, you're going to be tested by different energies of your past. Hey, do you want that again? If you're not conscious and you're not on point, you might get sucked into that energy again and be like, well, why did I manifest that? Okay, it's just a test. You failed. That's okay. Let go of it and keep leveling up. Go back again, show back up. Be accountable. Be like, man, I fell down. I shouldn't have went back to that. You know what I mean? So treat yourself with respect and be loyal, self-care, expression, let go of your pride. That's false and illusion pride. Real pride is what I just explained. Accountability, showing up, leveling up, and and being able to admit that you're wrong. And hey, man, and laugh it off. Like, don't be so serious about it. Who cares? We don't care that you made a mistake. We make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Even when top level people, there's no way they're perfect. They might pretend to be, but they're not. They're probably not genuine either. Some people might pretend to be top level, but they're not, okay? So, and like top level to me is not like celebrities and all that fake stuff out in the world. That's not it. I'm talking like mindset, okay? I'm talking about their energy and what they know, not their earthly knowledge. Does this make sense? Okay. So we want to drop our pride. Expression is really, really important because we want to stay healthy. And when we are in our real pride and real inner strength, that's when we are healthy and we're taking care of our bodies and we're in our best version of ourselves. That way we're in alignment with the amazing woman that you're looking for. Okay? Not looking for, but you want to be in alignment with. Okay? So, and if you are growing and you already know who your soulmate is and you guys are both, separate and you guys are kind of growing on your own and you think you'll become in alignment together soon, that's good too. But just focus on yourself while they're growing as well. Okay? And you want them to have that space to grow. People at those levels, they need that freedom. They need that space to be by themselves and just to do their own thing. We don't need someone around us all the time. We want to be free and in our own space as well. So that's why we want to know, can you be in that space and be in love with life? And we know that we, can know that you're happy and you're doing your own thing and you're not, worried about anything and stressed out because we're not around you. You know what I mean? And lastly, let's go over trust. You got to be able to trust yourself. All these people are worried about trusting women. What do you mean? If you even say that, this is my face. I'm like, oh, you're not in alignment because you don't trust yourself. If you trust yourself, you ain't gonna be worried about picking someone that doesn't know how to trust them. Like, that's not trustworthy. Yes or no? Yeah. Same thing with loyalty. Same thing with respect. If you are trustworthy, respectful, and loyal to yourself, you do not have to worry about picking anybody that's not, because they won't be in alignment with you, right? You will be tested, but you're gonna do the same thing I would be doing. Like, if someone's married, has a girlfriend or security blankets, I don't even care if they don't tell me. I can feel it. I'm just like, ugh. So top level people, we're very connected to our intuition, and you might be too. Listen to it. We can feel if something's off. If you feel off, we're not going to be doing that. Okay? So if you come at us for physical reasons and it feels off, it doesn't feel good. That's not light energy. That's not good energy. That's not true love. That's not genuine and pure energy. If that's what you want, do you understand? You can't mix those. So you got to be able to trust yourself, because if you can't trust yourself and you're yakking about, oh, I can't trust women, and you're like in the same energy they are. Does this make sense? So that's why we always want to be conscious and do self-reflection. Meditation is very important. If you don't start, meditate even for 10 to 15 minutes and be like, okay, how did I show up? How am I showing up? How can I show up better? She's the one I want. Why'd I show up like that? I need to show up like this. Do your thing. And I'm not saying that person's your soulmate. It's just you want that type of energy. That's fine. That's okay. But show up in that type of energy. Show up like a boss, like a GOAT. Okay? Because you're powerful. You are a beautiful, gorgeous, powerful human being. Own it. Be confident. You don't have to look like everybody else. Top level people, we're not looking if you're going out of the gym with all these muscles and 6 abs. We want to know if you're healthy, if you're balanced, and if you're taking care of your mindset. I don't want to be with someone that's sloppy. And I'm not even necessarily physically, but absolutely physically. But if you're physically sloppy, I know your energy's sloppy. So it's obvious. If you don't take care of yourself and you're not healthy and work out, you're not going to be in alignment with a balanced person, because they have to work out. Being balanced and on a high level, you have to keep your body healthy. Okay, it's just a part of it because we're energy, and you got to keep your body moving and healthy and all that for your body to stay in alignment with, and then in the high vibration. Okay, so I know that was a lot. I hope that really helped spread some light and, just like uplifted you, give you a little bit of insight. And if you haven't had any of that motherly love, motherly insight, woman insight, feminine energy insight from someone who does come from an unconditional love state and a vibration, hopefully this video has resonated with you and really, really gave you something to look forward to. And create your goals, your visions, believe in true love, believe in your true soulmate. Yeah, we have karmic soulmates, and yeah, we love them and we loved our experience. There was good and bad. Love all of it. Let that go though. Be in the present moment and show up so that you can be with the one that you absolutely love, because this is the greatest message of the video. Love is the best part about Earth. It's the best experience. So you want that top level up experience. You want that top level woman. Your top level. If you're here, you're top level, you're growing into it. If you're not, you're transforming, you're gonna be that person. You want that. Why? Because we're growing into the highest vibration we can be on, and tuned into that frequency, which is unconditional love. And everybody deserves that experience. Everybody deserves that. It's your divine right. People that have bad karma, that are evil, maybe not. They have to stay in their rules for their lessons. But for you, you deserve that, okay? If you know you deserve it, and even if you're a bad person and you want to be a better person, you deserve that then. Wake up, get out of the dark. There's no judgment. There's all compassion for all levels wherever they're at, okay? But as souls, we want to experience that highest level of vibration. The people that are connected, that are more awake, and it's going to be an epic experience. It's all going to be worth it, and it's all going to be rewarding. Don't give up. Stay patient, and just take care of yourself. Let me know how you thought about this video. If it helped, resonated, just put some comments. I love talking to you guys if you want. And maybe I'll make another video if you guys want another one. But other than that, I'm sending you so much love and light. You got this. You're amazing. Go for the woman that you want. And enjoy your love life. Be happy. Okay?